The F-16, or the Fighting Falcon, is a legendary aircraft and without a doubt one of the best in the world. It is a flying battle tank, which is almost impossible to shoot down, and it can shoot down anything it wants in return. The decision to supply Kiev with combat aircraft has already been made by Western countries, so it may be soon appearing in the skies over Ukraine. Let's see what specific tasks it will be able to perform there. How vulnerable is it to Russian air defense systems? And most importantly, is the F-16 capable of making a tangible impact on the course of the war? You'll find out about all of this right now. All military experts that I've listened to are sure that this aircraft will help Kiev to win not just a victory over the Russian army, but a quick victory, and will help to play a huge part in this war. The technical capabilities of the F-16 will help Ukraine inflict irreparable destruction on the entire Russian military infrastructure, and do so at such a speed that the Russians will not have time to recover. The F-16s are now more important than tanks. Ukrainian pilots are already trained to fly them, so the planes can appear in Ukraine unexpectedly for the Russians during another Ukrainian counterattack. Let's see what exactly the F-16s can do in Ukraine. The first clear advantage of the F-16s is that they can fly over enemy territory practically unhindered, and not only to fly, but to destroy almost any objects. All this is because the Russian S-300 air defense systems are completely powerless against the latest modifications of the F-16. In Syria, the S-300s have not been able to shoot down a single Israeli F-16, and there have been numerous attempts to do so. The fact is that the S-300 guidance system works on the principles of reflected light. American developers use a special coating for the F-16, which reduces the reflection coefficient of the radar radiation by 45 times. Because of this, the warhead of the S-300 missile loses sight of the aircraft and misses. But that's just the beginning. While remaining invulnerable to the S-300, the Fighting Falcon itself has no problem destroying the Russian complexes. Thanks to modern computer technology, the F-16s are able to fly at extremely low altitudes and remain in the so-called blind spot for the S-300 radars. Thus, the F-16 can approach very close to the S-300 and destroy it by launching a missile, and then calmly fly away. And this is not a theory, but a proven fact in Syria. Israeli pilots have done it before. Also, the F-16 can destroy Russian air defenses with AGM-88 HARM missiles. This missile can detect and destroy the target itself. It responds to radio waves from enemy radars, then tracks the location of those radars. Thanks to the homing head, it flies directly at the radar and destroys it. The missile is propelled by a smokeless solid fuel rocket engine, accelerating it to supersonic speed. Thus, the F-16 can destroy the Russian S-300s even at a great distance from them, and clear the sky for more massive attacks on enemy targets. In addition, the F-16 can be used as an air defense weapon. Recently, Russia has repeatedly launched massive missile strikes on the territory of Ukraine, destroying its energy system. And Fighting Falcon is able to put an end to it. The F-16 radar can detect all types of Russian cruise missiles and destroy them with AIM-120 air-to-air missiles. This means that the F-16s will be able to patrol the airspace over Ukraine, reacting quickly to enemy cruise missile launches and intercepting them before they approach cities. This means that Russia would be deprived of its main strategic advantage. Agree, even this is enough to dramatically affect the course of the war. But that's not all. Fighting Falcons can also carry missiles of air-to-ground class. For example, it can be a guided missile AGM-65 Maverick, which does not leave a single chance to enemy tanks. A tank itself is a very difficult target for ground weapons. Of course, there are Javelin anti-tank systems, but unfortunately Ukraine does not have enough of them. Therefore, the F-16s can help the Ukrainian army to destroy the enemy's armored vehicles. Using Maverick missiles is no more difficult than playing a computer game. The pilot just needs to click on the tracking button, and then the automatic target search starts. The smart AGM-65 cameras make the search itself, according to the whole set of parameters, starting from the usual visual contact and finishing with the thermal traces of the tank. Well, once the target is found, all you have to do is press start, and you can be sure that the missile will hit the chosen target. The missile's autopilot actuates the missile's air rudders, and the processor constantly corrects the aiming point. If we recall that the Russian side in Ukraine is fighting mostly with obsolete T-72 tanks, we can confidently say that they will not be able to hide from the Maverick. Also, the Fighting Falcon is capable of destroying much larger objects of the enemy, including entire combat units. It does this by using GBU-32 bombs with a unique guidance system. I will not bore you with the technical nuances, but instead I'll try to describe how these bombs work. Let's say that reconnaissance drones have detected an object on enemy territory that is to be destroyed. It may be a fuel or ammunition depot, a hangar with equipment, or a base of a military unit. Next, the target coordinates and homing parameters are loaded into the F-16's computer. After dropping the bomb, the homing equipment directs it to the target according to the coordinates received from the carrier, continuously corrected by GPS. The combined use of the guidance systems and GPS provides incredible accuracy of the hit. Deflection is possible within 10 to 15 feet of the target. To put it simply, Fighting Falcon bombs simply can't miss. Considering the destructive power of today's charges, even an F-16 carrying 4 GBU-32s can give you a serious edge in combat. The F-16s could definitely help Ukraine destroy Russian defensive fortifications and tear up the front line. Also, the F-16s could destroy Russian armored vehicles even at the approach, artillery, and control points. All this would allow the Ukrainians to seize the initiative at the front and move forward quickly. And for dessert, let's say that the F-16 is equipped with fly-by-wire and HOTAS systems, which make controlling the aircraft very convenient. Flying an F-16 is much easier than flying a Russian plane. After all, it uses an electric remote control system. To get ready for combat, the F-16 pilot only has to push the Falcon switch, whereas Russian fighters fly on mechanics, which require much more time and skills. That means it will take the Ukrainian army a minimal amount of time to train the Fighting Falcon pilots. In short, despite its very venerable age, the F-16 fighter is still one of the best combat aircraft in the world that can dramatically change the course of the Ukrainian-Russian war. What do you think about it? Be sure to write your opinion in the comments and we'll read it. Also, don't forget to watch our other videos about the Ukrainian war.